Dear Mr. President, terrorist attacks are one of the biggest threats to our country. As your terrorism advisors, it is our job to help you prevent terrorist attacks. We think that air attacks, specifically using jet fuel, pose a major threat to the United States of America. We feel that a gasoline explosion is most likely because of how it can be easily planned and is nearly untraceable. Gasoline, when burnt, has much more energy than TNT. In fact, burning 1 ton of jet fuel releases the same amount of energy as 15 tons of TNT. This is why we think that gasoline is a much more likely weapon. Gasoline is one of the huge reasons that the 9/11 attack succeeded. If you dropped 7 tons of gasoline mixed with air and detonated on a parachute, it would release the energy of over 100 tons of TNT. It would also cause an explosion that is 15 times greater than the explosion that TNT would. The 9/11 terrorists used the plane's jet fuel to destroy the World Trade Center. In the past, terrorism attacks have been successful for reasons that vary. In the case of September 11, 2001, the terrorists were extremely secretive, but mainly they had knowledge of physics. The terrorists knew every single detail and exactly how and why it could go wrong. They knew that the airplane was traveling at 600 miles an hour. They knew that there was 60 tons of jet fuel. They knew that the plane weighed 131 tons. But, most importantly, they knew that the crash would release the same amount of energy as 18,000 tons of TNT. All of these factors add up to why these attacks were so successful. Air attacks are the most likely form of terrorism because it is the simplest, the easiest, and the hardest to trace. We think that you should put the most of your focus towards the prevention of air attacks. The threat of an air attack is not very extreme, but we feel that it is definitely something to keep an eye on and that you should take steps toward preventing it. Some of the steps you should take to prevent an air attack is to place a silent alarm in every plane to notify the authorities if a threat is detected, and to make sure that air traffic is very well watched.